Okay, let's hear from our first resident.
And my question to the mayor is, I'd like to find out who's responsible for the tree situation as far as maintenance. Would it be the township or the homeowner? And I ask this question because I walk my dog occasionally through the neighborhood and find a lot of low-hanging trees which potentially are dangerous, where you can be hit in the eye or face with a lot of the low-hanging branches.
Okay, Charles, that's a good question, particularly during this time of year when many homeowners are working on their fall landscaping and maintenance projects. So if you're out there raking leaves and planting mulms and wondering if you should also trim up those tree branches along the sidewalk and curb line, the answer is yes. We have a local ordinance which states that homeowners are responsible for property maintenance all the way up to and including the curb line. We don't want those tree lines hanging so low that they obstruct drivers or pedestrians' vision. So we recommend that homeowners trim tree limbs and branches to a height no lower than 7 feet. That should help avoid any walking, cycling, driving, or other hazards on the sidewalk and streets. And don't forget, once the branches are removed, they must be cut, bundled, and tied into 4-foot sections weighing no more than 40 pounds each. That's if you want to dispose of the branches in the street. Larger limbs and stumps can be brought to the municipal recycling yard for disposal. The yard is open Saturdays only from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Charles, I hope that answers your question. I think if we all do our part and keep those tree limbs trimmed, you and your dog will have a much more pleasant stroll. Okay, next question.
Yeah, I was noticing that when they were repaving the streets, they're also putting in new street grates. Can you tell me why?
Sure, I'd be happy to tell you. Under a new state regulation that our municipality must comply with, it's called the Stormwater Management Tier A permit, contractors are required to install smaller street grates, or storm boxes as they're called, when repaving, constructing, or improving municipal streets. The smaller openings do not allow things like soda cans, water bottles, and other articles to fall down the pipes, flow into the stormwater stream, and contaminate the water. Of course, we all want to keep our water clean, folks. That's just one reason we don't want litter or debris falling into the storm boxes. But there's another one. Under the provisions of this state regulation, anyone found obstructing the storm boxes can be fined. I really don't think people are deliberately going to clog the storm boxes, but here's something you may not have thought about. We're getting into the fall leaf season, so when you put out your leaves, please keep them at least 150 feet away from any grates on your street. Even things like leaves and grass clippings can block storm sewers, and yes, you can receive a state fine for that as well. I know bringing leaves to the curb seems like an innocent enough task, and you may not want to walk an extra few feet to dispose of them, but these are things we all have to consider as we try to protect our natural resources. Now, what if you suspect that a storm box on your street needs to be cleaned? Please call our Public Works Department. The number is 589-0523. Again, that's 589-0523. We'll get out there and clear any debris that may be clogging the storm box. We actually try to check all the grates in town twice a year, usually once in early spring and again in late fall or early winter. But naturally, debris can fall into and accumulate in the grates at any time. That's why we rely on your help to notify us when it does. You know, we all want to keep our water stream safe, so let's work together.